Hello?
Hey, is that Jacoby?
Yes, it is.
It's James here calling from Armstrong. How are you, man?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, good. How's the meeting? Nice and productive?
Yes, it was. It was.
That's like good stuff. Doesn't sound like any meetings that I go to really, but that's good. Um,
Um,
not cool, man. So listen, thanks for dropping your details through. So what inspired you to get in touch with us? How can we help you?
um, I'm just looking to get fit. I used to be a bit more active before, and just due to a bit of an ankle injury which I recovered from, I've never just really gotten back into getting fit again. Um, that's it. Just looking to lose some weight, get fit, and be able to get back to playing football.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Lose weight, fit football. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay. Sweet man. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I think we are kind of like the middle ground, which a lot of people like yourself would turn to, whereby they've previously are action takers, they are into sport or something like that. They've just had something happen to them whereby they've fallen off the wagon, off so to speak, or they've stopped for
yeah,
some reason, be it like a relocation, started a family, started a new job, had an injury, something like that, and then they just need that help and support and accountability in a short-term program just to get them back up and running, get some results and get some confidence back in terms of things like that. So yeah, it sounds like something we could help with. So couple of logistical points. We're based on Albert Road, which is just near Temple Meads railway station. Does that work within your radius of travel?
yeah, yes, it does. I think I watched the video and it said there is parking, so I think I am within I can easily get there.
That's perfect. And in terms of training times, we've got sessions first thing in the morning, lunchtime, and then evening times. You can attend either or, and we've got 5-day coverage Monday to Friday. What would that work within your work-life balance? Can join us, say, at least 3 times, well, say 3 times a week preferably. You can train more if you wanted.
I am looking to definitely start from 3 times a week.
Yeah.
With regards to, so can you tell me the times in the morning, afternoon, and evening?
Yeah. 6 a.m., 6:45 a.m., midday, 5:45 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. That's Monday through to Friday.
Okay. I guess the question is, is it flexible? So let's say maybe 1 week I do a morning, afternoon, and evening, and another week I might do only evenings the next week.
100%. That's no problem. We only do small groups, so the max class size would be 8. We've only got a small
Okay.
we've only got a small coaching team. So say for example, we'd all know kind of what your goals were, what your strengths,
Yeah.
what you were looking to achieve, your
Yeah.
outcomes were. So whether it was training with myself in the morning or training with Dee or Oscar,
Okay.
we're going to know kind of what your requisites are, your requirements are, and it wouldn't really matter whether you trained with us mornings or evenings, to be fair. So cool. I
Okay.
think logistically it'll work for you. So the way that we kind of work things now, Jacoby, is I'm kind of the onboarding coach. I'm quite experienced. I kind of been in the fitness game more long years than I care to remember. And so my kind of role within the business is to sort of speak with prospective challengers like yourself, identify kind of where their start points are,
Yeah.
where they want to get to, and if I feel like we can offer you the results that you want within the program, then I'll suggest we get you started. We discuss investment, that sort of thing. If I feel
Okay.
like you can be better served elsewhere, then I'll certainly redirect you. Does that sound fair enough?
Yes. Would I need to sort of come in for maybe a face-to-face or
This is done over the
do it?
phone, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
nothing that we couldn't have a conversation about. As long as I got like ballpark understanding of your current conditioning and your physique and stuff like that, that's all I really need. So, are you, if you don't mind me asking, what's your age, weight, and height?
28,
Yeah.
around 171,
Yeah.
that's 5'11",
Yep.
just around 5'10", 5'11".
Yep.
Weight, last time I checked, around 94, 95 kg.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay. So, I mean, when you were playing football and will you consider yourself like, at optimal sort of, what would have that looked like in terms of scale, weight, things like that?
Well, I feel like if it's optimal, I sort of just dropped off
Hmm.
over the years, gradually. So, but if you're asking me, okay, weight-wise, where would I like to be?
Yeah.
I would say I think between 75 and 84.
Yeah. Okay.
I think at that point I can definitely be optimal. I was optimal around that weight for football, 75 and then 84 kg.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So if we got you to 84 kilos, would you consider that successful as well as obviously working on your fitness and anything else you may be looking to achieve?
I would consider that partly successful. I'm deciding to lose some weight, just want to get build a bit of strength. Not a bit, build some strength, build some stamina
Yeah.
as well. So
Gotcha.
again, weight plus the fitness,
Yeah.
I will consider that successful.
Yeah.
I am ready to commit 2 or 3 days a week.
Hmm.
Yeah, sir, keep going. You are the questions here.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Gotcha. So are you doing any coach training at the moment? Any construction?
No. I moved to Bristol about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Prior to this, I used to play. Actually, I used to train and play football with like a local division team, like just Division 4, not like lowest division, nothing serious. County
Hmm.
football with the ESA.
Yeah.
Then the injury, then it's just been tough to get back into it.
Hmm.
And then I got a job moved to Bristol, so signed up at the gym here, but I've never really been a gym person. I would rather play football 3 times a week or 4 even,
Hmm.
than go to the gym. So
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
think I struggled with that. I've been looking for alternative means. Then I came across your website through my research.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. And let's have a little look. So I just want to just have a broad part look at your nutrition. So give me like a typical day in terms of nutrition, main meals, breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks. What would it look like?
Um, I probably need an overhaul for that one.
Okay.
Um, but when I try to be a bit conscious about it, so some days I might not eat anything in the morning, and I go for lunch, and lunch is let's say some pasta and stew. Then evenings I try to just keep it carb free, and then maybe some chicken and vegetables. Then some other days it's just maybe cereal in the morning,
Hmm.
a bit of a mix of carbs and protein for both lunch and dinner. So I don't have a structured nutrition at the moment,
Yeah.
but I am 100% open to suggestions and switching and trying something else.
Gotcha. Are you snacking at all? Is there extra
Um,
calories going into
yeah,
snacks?
I do. You know Nature Valley,
Hmm.
this granola bar.
Yeah.
Yes, I tend to have some with me, and some tangerines, like um for snacks in the afternoon.
Hmm. Gotcha. Okay. What about teas and coffees with milk and sugar?
Yes. Yeah. From time to time, tea and coffee
Hmm.
with milk and sugar. I would say not every single day,
Hmm.
but maybe 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um, I do try to do green tea in the evenings, um, um, not religiously every day,
Hmm.
but from time to time.
Yeah. What about alcohol?
Um, occasional drinker, so
Yeah.
if I'm out with friends or go out, then I
Hmm.
do drink.
Hmm.
Don't really drink when I'm just home by myself.
Gotcha.
So maybe the occasional cider.
Yeah. Gotcha. And what about does on the weekends does your calorie spike with things like eating out, takeaways, things like that, or not so much?
Ah, um, it, it some weekends, some not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So would you say that there's a big disparity between like Monday to Friday eating to weekend eating, or would it be fairly ballpark the same?
Um, fairly ballpark the same. I do, I don't eat out heavily. I tend to cook.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um, but maybe take out once a week,
Yeah. Okay.
and every week that's four times in a month.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll be less, but yeah. I generally try to keep it to at least Chinese with some rice, but again, that's too carbs.
Yeah.
And try to avoid the Dominoes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once in a while I do, I will imagine indulge in the burgers from McDonald's.
Yeah.
It can be tricky when you travel as well, because when you travel, it's tempting. It is
Mm.
tempting to
Yeah.
sorry, it is you are easily tempted to just get that way because you're on the move.
Yeah. Convenience. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Just on that note, have you got like a clear 4 to 6 weeks over the next sort of month, or ahead of you now, or have you got any sort of holiday plans or anything like that?
I can say so I'm just looking at my calendar.
Yeah.
So no major holidays for coming up. There might be some traveling for work,
Mhm.
which will put me out of town for a day or two, but I'm expecting that at the end of September. And I do have some traveling this weekend. So I guess for me, I would really want to start after this weekend, seeing as it's a bank holiday weekend.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So it's a fairly open calendar. There's nothing like other than a couple of days away. That's perfect. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So, I mean, you're sitting at about, 94 kilos, and it doesn't sound like your diet's that bad. I mean, is it a case of, if you carried on at the way that you're going at the moment, are you kind of stuck at 94, or are you generally losing weight at the moment? What's your thoughts?
I think I'll be honest, if I sort of surprising, but I just managed to stay the same. I haven't particularly gone up or gone down, but just been stuck at this
Yeah.
93, 94, 95-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm subconsciously doing enough not to add, but I'm not doing enough to reduce.
Yeah. I gotcha. Exactly. You're kind of stuck in your maintenance calories. You're not doing enough to sort of reduce, like you say, and you're not you're just in no man's land. The activity level's too low to change, and the calories are just flat bang what your body needs. So it's not giving it any encouragement to drop weight either. So
Yeah.
on 2 counts, we need to sort of switch that up as well as to enable you to get your weight loss goals. But as well as that, we'd look to be in the format that we do get those goals. We can also improve your stamina, your strength, and your general conditioning and things like that. So it's definitely, it's just like I say. I think it's 6 months from now. If we didn't sort of take any action, I think you'd probably just be the same. Do you know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
in a kind of a nutritional sort of
Yeah.
in a
You know,
no man's land, so to
I
speak.
I completely agree because 6 months has already passed from January to
Yeah.
June already. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. So,
I guess I do have one question though.
mhm.
Do you guys look into physiotherapy
Yeah.
a little bit? So the thing is, it's I got like an ankle sprain from football, and it's been weird because it feels like I'm healing, but I've never healed 100%.
Yeah.
So when I say 100% is back when I was in the after I generally think after I think playing the TV doing stretches before months, I would go for training with the team.
Mhm.
And I'll train a little bit, but when I sprint, it feels like the muscle flares up again.
Mhm.
So I feel like I was never able to get back to 100%. Now, the truth is, I've now been completely off, light exercises or zero exercise for
Mm.
uh, going to maybe 8, 10 months now. And I work normally, no problems.
Mm.
So part of me does wonder if I decide to,
Mm.
get back, do some sprinting or whatnot, will my muscles flare up. Now, I'm sort of mentioning this because I don't know what's going to happen, but I do want to keep my body and build my strength and get strong again. I'm mentioning this um
Yeah.
to let you know. so that I hope I am able to get the support I need to recover
Yeah.
completely.
I would say in relation to that, I mean, my background is like, I'm former PTI and I'm a strongman as well, or a power lifter, and I think, loads and loads of injuries and things like that. Now, ankle injuries are generally quite hard to heal because the blood flow can be quite slow, and restricted to that area. And what you need to be doing is, you need to be sort of giving it hot and cold treatment, because what that will do is it'll encourage blood supply. So you want to be sort of applying like some sort of heat, and then cool it down as well. Then so that's encouraging the blood flow. And I mean, you will find that if you think about it, there's nothing more dynamic and ballistic than a footballer going for a run, sprinting from a kind of going from a sprint from a standing start. So you're not going to be doing that sort of level of explosiveness and repeated motion with us to get the result that you want. You will be getting fitter. You will be doing calisthenics and things like that, which will improve your cardio, improve your stamina, that sort of thing. But in terms of repetitive two-dimensional movements, which is putting a repeated pressure through the ankle, you're not going to be doing that. So if there was a solution that was going to get you the results that you want, without aggravating the injury, I'd say what we do would would be the optimal for you. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, cool, man. So it's just, unfortunately, it's one of those things. And my philosophy is, when the injury is about 80% healed, I train through it, because generally it's personally, because I know on the other side of it, and just rest and recuperation and hot and cold treatment normally takes it over the line without putting me backwards. But I couldn't really say definitively, I'm not a physio or anything like that, but from my own experience, that kind of works for myself. So I suppose, the next sort of questions now is, just to give you a bit of clarity about what we do on the program. Excuse me, I don't know where this cough has come from, perhaps too much talking on the phone, but you've given me kind of what you want to get out of the program, which is fine. The next thing I want to just touch on is mindset, because I always say that our program is kind of like the vehicle. We've been doing it a long time, and it will work for anybody, but it's the person in the driving seat that has to put the work in, sort of embrace the nutrition, train as hard as they can, and things like that. You sound very pragmatic. You're a former athlete, things like that. So it doesn't, perhaps I'm preaching to the converted, but I sometimes sort of.
I completely. Sorry for interrupting you. Please continue.
And the sort of thing that I say is, you can't really help anybody who's not ready to help themselves. You sound like you're very forward thinking, which is great, but the question I sometimes ask people to help them formulate whether this is the right time for them is, remind me of the reason you got in touch, and why is now the right time to change for you?
I think I'm just tired of the way I am. I think mentally and physically, I just know that for my health, I need to get better. I need to get fit, and if I really do want to get back to doing something I love, which is playing football, I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
I think it really comes from that first decision. I am expecting this to be painful. I'm expecting this to be difficult. I'm expecting that there'll be days I do not want to show up. But I've got in touch because I want to make the commitment that for the next 6 weeks, I have, no matter how I feel, it's not about how I feel, it's about what I need to do. So I have to drag myself and show up at least for the next 6 weeks consistently.
Good. Well, that sounds perfect. I mean, you sound like the switch is flipped in your head, which is ultimately what a coach needs to hear. If you were sort of saying, well, I might turn up, or this, that, and you're self-doubting yourself, that's chaotic for a coach, because your mind you haven't made that decision in your head, but you definitely have. And I think that would be, for me, that's the deciding factor. And I think you'd be an awesome candidate for the program, because it's just almost you're ready to drop. You're ready to give it your full commitment, and as far as I'm concerned, you'll absolutely smash the program, because you're not a million miles away You're not sort of going out, you've not got a problem with a drink or anything like that. You're a level-headed guy. You're fully committed. It's just you need the right vehicle to get you where you need to be. So I want to give you some clarity about what we do, how we'll be getting you the results, and then what you can do is you can ask some more questions, and then we can discuss the investment and get you signed up. How does that sound?
Yes.
Okay,
Sounds good.
gotcha. Okay, so from an exercise point of view, then the things that you've highlighted is you want to improve strength, stamina, and reduce your weight. So what we're going to be doing with you, firstly, we're going to be doing HIIT training. So it's the sort of type of energy systems that you would have been using during football, which is called
Yeah.
like your anaerobic energy systems, whereby you're training very hard, in top 20% of your max heart rate with intervals, and as a result of that, you're gonna generate a lot of calorie burn during the workout, but post workout as well, and that's optimal for losing body fat. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
From a strength perspective, we're all athletes, so we teach the slow lifts, we teach the fast lifts, and by doing those compound movements like your squat, deadlift, push and pulls, Olympic lifts as well, that's the stuff that's going to generate a strength for you, but also there's a lot of crossover into power for your football. So that's going to help massively with that. And what you'll find as well is the more muscle mass that you've got as a result from doing these workouts, you will actually put yourself in a position whereby your body has more lean tissue to feed, and as a result, it's going to help you metabolize body fat quicker as well through those means. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Gotcha. So like I said, you're in nutritional low man's land at the moment. I think generally over the space of a week, your calories break down, from my estimation, probably about 1,800 calories a day. I mean, you're a fella, you're young, 5'10", that sort of thing. Your body is just, initially what we need to do is we need to get you on a calorie deficit that's safe, and then we need to give you healthy foods that are going to work optimally with the body, and we'll give you the proper amount of protein, fats and carbohydrates, as well as work on your hydration. As soon as we work on those 4 fundamental points with your nutrition, the weight will fly off you in combination with HIIT and strength training. So does that give you the clarity about how we're going to do things with you in club?
Yes, it does.
Okay. If you've got questions, you can certainly ask. If from accountability and support point of view, like you say, you've been in a bit of a rut for a while now, you need somebody to sort of act as your coach. So what happens is our coaching staff will be with you every day. So you get daily messages, inspiration to make sure your nutrition's on point, your hydration's on point. We do weekly reviews, we do weekly body scans to make sure that you're losing the right amount of weight, you're losing the right type of weight, your hydration's on point, that your body composition is coming about right, so that you're switching muscle for fat. So if there is sort of the scale drop that we thought, we could say, well, it's because you're putting on lean tissue and things like that. So it's proper treating you as an athlete, mate, probably stuff, or maybe stuff you would have seen before playing semi-professional football. So that's the kind of overview. Essentially, there's 2 options that I want to run by you. But we've got the 28-day challenge, we've got the 42-day challenge. The 28-day challenge, I'd be expecting you to be losing about 5 to 6 kilos of non-functional body weight, so body fat within that time frame. It's an investment of 149, but we can do 2 payments of 74.50 if that works better for you. The 42-day challenge, I would say, would be losing 10 kilos to get you back to the upper echelons of the target weight that you wanted. It's an investment of 124. It's an investment of 249, where we can do 2 payments of 124.50, 3 weeks apart. On both of those programs, you're going to be doing a blend of strength and HIIT training, so you're also going to be developing good stamina as well as strength, as well as bringing you back to your target weight loss for football in an environment of accountability and support every day of the week. So there's the longer and the shorter term options, which do you think would serve you better?
So just 28 days and 43 days, right? What you said?
Yes, correct.
28 days would be, what, 4 weeks, and then 42 days and 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to go right again, the 28 days is How much?
149.
Okay, and that was the one with the two payments of 70
It's 74.50, yeah.
450, and the 42 days is 249 with 1 to 450. I guess
Yeah.
the question is, yes, you have two programs, but what is generally the difference?
Generally, it's the time spent on the program. So that's the only difference, really. I mean, it's from a results point of view. I would say that the 42-day challenge would be better for you because you're going to get down to your target weight, you know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a budget thing, then what we could
Mm-hmm.
do is we could get you on the 28-day challenge, and then we could bolt on the extra 2 weeks a little bit further down the line if you wanted to. It just depends. Some people respond better to, right, these are 6 weeks of my life. I'm going to throw everything that I've got into it. I've paid
Yeah.
for it. This is
Yeah.
this is the final push.
Yeah.
Or somebody sort of says, well, you know, I'll do the 28 days. I'll dip my toe in the water, and if it feels good, then I'll post the other 2 weeks on. But
I see.
it's a psychological thing for you, you
Okay.
know. So,
Okay. Um, I'm not sure. I'm just thinking now. Again, bear in mind, I wouldn't be ready to start until, say, from Wednesday next week. Would that be okay?
yeah, I mean, what we tend to do, mate, is I would get you like a place. I would take like a placeholder deposit on this call. I'd get you set up on the system, and then what we'll do is we'll get you booked in for your weigh-in at the middle of next week, and that will be our first opportunity to get you on scales, discuss your
Yeah.
nutrition, sit down with a coach. Does that sound fair enough?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So
In that case, would it be okay if I sleep on this and give a decision tomorrow?
it's I could definitely arrange a call back, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that some people have got a pragmatic personality and things like that. What I would
Yeah.
say is that we've got 2 spaces left on the program, and my gut feeling is we're going to fill today. Now, if you wanted to sort of sleep on the decision and you know if you felt like it wasn't a good move, what we can do is today is we can get like a placeholder deposit down. Okay.
Okay.
We can book you in, get you set up on the system, and if like 24 hours now you just feel like, you know, oh, I've seen something else, or, you know, I really don't feel like it's a good thing, then what we can do is we can refund it. But the number of people that, you know, sort of have wanted to do the program, they're desperate to do the program, and then we just capped our numbers, which we intend to do this time round, and there's lots of opportunities. Kind of, you know, it's a bit of a shame, you know. So, like I
Yeah.
said, you've got nothing to lose, really. You know, we've been in the game for the last 8 years. We're built on our reputation. We're not going to be rolling the shutters down anytime soon and running off with
Yeah.
your deposit or anything like that. But, you know, to be honest with you, like, it's also, the deposit is also a good fit as well, because sometimes the number of people who, you know, have been a great candidate for the program, you know, and their own patterns of self-doubt and delay, which have stopped them from taking action time and time again, you know, and revert them back to inertia, when they could have made that one decision and finally got them what they wanted. You know, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't sort of challenge a person's decision making, you know, if I thought it was hindering their success. So,
That's right.
you know, so, I mean, it's often, we have a fantastic conversation with people on the phone. You know you're going to get the result. They intuitively know that it's the right thing to do, but then they have
Yeah.
like a little knee-jerk reaction because they want to get stuck in. I mean, the stuff you talked to me on the phone today is like 100% you want to get it done, but it's human nature. It's just inertia, whereby you just get a little bit of a kickback, you know. So what's your thoughts? Should we go ahead and put that deposit down? Because like I said, you've got nothing to lose and so much to gain. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does. Please remind me, what is the postcode again? I'm actually just
Yeah,
checking out some letters from
yeah. Bravo Sierra 2,
yeah.
0 X-ray Alpha,
That's EA,
0 X-ray Alpha.
the X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. I would like to sign up for the student review
Okay. Let's go ahead and get you sorted on that.
program.
Mm-hmm.
And do I put a deposit down today,
Yeah.
or can I pay the half today, or can I pay the half when I start next week?
It's up to you. I mean, like, if budget's not an issue, and it's just the knee-jerk reaction to embracing something, I would say do the split payment. Just, put 124.50 down and get it over the line, because if you don't change, then if you don't take action, then you're not going to be, nothing's going to happen. Sometimes you just need to draw a line in the sand and get it done. You know what I mean? So I would say you can do either. You can do the deposit or you can do the payment, but I would say that the quicker you embrace it and get over this sort of knee jerk and get into it, get your head around it, the better. What's your thoughts?
Um, Sounds like a plan. Like I said, like you first have to have the mind shift to make the opposite action, and like about the knee jerk reaction. So
Yeah.
that's it. At this point, I need to jump into it and experience it.
That's it, mate. You've just got to take action. That's the bottom line. The number of people, like I said, who are like crying out for it, and then they just don't realise that the body does might change. And then I just have to shepherd them through it, and then before they know it, they're smashing it, So you're saying Wednesday would be the next opportunity for you to come in and do to work with you on your nutrition and to get your baseline measurements, is it?
Yes. Did you say 6:70? So I guess is there a set time, or do we just agree a time for that? No.
You give me a time that works, and what we'll do is I'll organise a coach to get you to meet you at the club then.
Okay. I want to do the evening.
Yep.
Which it was 6:30. Be okay?
It could probably be something like 7:30. Would that be a push for you?
No. So it's 7:30 is fine. It's just initial introduction, nutrition, and conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So
7:30 is fine.
yeah. So the Wednesday will be
The 28th of August.
28th. Gotcha. Okay. Listen, you've been created on the system now as one of our members, so you have an email there. The first of the payments has been is debited there on your card, so the next one will be sort of 3 weeks down the line. I'll firm up with Dee and Oscar now to get you booked in for Wednesday evening, circa 7:30. But I will be in touch a little bit later today to sort of firm up that time. So that would be the start of your 6-week challenge. During that time, then, like I said, you're going to be working closely with a coach on a daily basis, working on the accountability and habit forming side of things, and then you're welcome to train with us 3 times a week. If you wanted to increase that to 4 times a week as you get your conditioning up, so you can speed things along, that's absolutely no problem at all. And then we do weekly weigh-ins and body composition analysis as well then to make sure things are moving in the right direction and all that good stuff. And you'll always be there. We'll always be there as a coaching team for your support as well. So how does that sound?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Well done, man, for taking that step. How do you feel right now?
I just one question has been on my mind.
Yeah.
I know that during intense workouts, as someone like me who's just starting out,
Mm-hmm.
I tend to have the urge, like when you have a really tough workout session and you're sweating, you tend to have the urge to just eat, just eat as much as you can. How do you deal with that?
It could be a hydration thing. So it might be a case of that hungers might be being confused with thirst. So I always keep, like you've probably heard me sipping a few times, I always keep 2 liters worth of water by my side, so I'm never thirsty, which means that I don't really get hunger pangs as well. food, hunger is a very complex sort of thing, and it's not as often as you think that your body's hungry for food. There could also be sort of food addictions to sugar and things like that. I know Nature Valley bars, they give themselves a good name, but they're just rinsed in glucose syrup and honey and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And sugar addiction or sugar, the body's desire for sugar is not so much a need for food, but is a need for a dopamine hit, like a specific thing. So I say it's very hard to be hungry on the nutritional protocol that we'll be working with you, because your food's going to be filled with water, not very calorie dense, which means you'll be eating a lot of it, which is going to satiate you. Make sure your tummy's nice and full, that sort of thing. And it'll be also very high in protein as well, and high protein foods tend to offset hunger as well. So I would say that redressing a lot of small points within your sort of nutrition will offset hunger in that way. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Does that answer your question sufficiently?
Yes, he did.
Perfect. Well, listen, mate, I'm going to crack on, you know. I'm going to get onto our little WhatsApp group to chat to firm up your appointment. I'll be in touch in the next hour or so.
That's right.
Perfect. Hey, listen, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, and I'll be in touch shortly.
Thank you.
Okay, take it easy. Take care, man. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.